Hi everyone, in this video I am going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 2 Extended, which is non-calculator specimen paper B for examination from 2025. So now in paper B 2, we have given the list of formulas for the areas, volume and quadratic formula and some trigonometric formulas as well. Okay, keep it in mind that calculators must not be used in this paper. It is a non-calculator paper. Question number 1, write the ratio 12 ratio 30 in its simplest form. Okay, so we can divide it by 2 times table. 2 times 6 is 12, 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times 5 is 10. And then we can divide by 3 times table. 3 times 2 is 6 and 3 times 5 is 15. So 2 ratio 5 is in the simplest form. Question number 2, write down the number of lines of symmetries of a kite. So kite has only one line of symmetry. So let me draw the kite and show you how it has only one line of symmetry. It has only one vertical line of symmetry. Let's say this would be the shape of a kite. Okay. Okay, wait a second. This is a shape of a kite. So it has only one line of symmetry, and that is a vertical one. Question number 3, the stem and leaf diagram shows the number of minutes taken by each of 18 students. Total number of students are 18 to complete a task. Okay, key 1 and 2 represent 12 minutes, right? Fine. Number A, find the range. Range is the difference between the higher and the lower one. So the higher number is 3 and 9, which is 39. Subtract the lower number is 1 and 2, which is 12. Okay, let's do the subtraction. 39, take away 12. From 9, take away 2 is 7. And from 3, take away 1 is 2. So it is 27 minutes is the range. Part B, find the median. Median is the middle value of the data. Since there are 18 students, so there must be two middle values, even number of students. Okay, so let's cut them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the two middle values, which is 2, 4 and 2, 8. So take its average. So 24 plus 28 divided by 2. When there are even number of values, then the median is there are two middle values. So you have to add those two middle values and divide it by 2. So let me add 24 and 28. 8 plus 4 is 12. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So it is 52. 52 out of 2 is 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2 times 6 is 12. So it is 26 minutes is the range. Part C, a student draws a pie chart. To show this information in the stem and leaf diagram, complete the table for the angles on the pie chart. Okay. Number of minutes between 10 to 20 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds, and 30 to 40 seconds. Okay, we have to count the number of minutes first. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and 30 to 40. Let's count 10 to 20 first. 10 till 20. So 12, 13, 16, 19. These values are lies between 12 to 20. Okay, and 21 is more than 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values are in this range. The frequency is 4. Between 20 to 30, the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 values. Okay, between 30 to 40, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 values over here. And the total number of values, we know they are 18 students in total, right? So to get the pie chart sector angle for the first frequency, what we have to do, we have to take 4 and divide it by the total, which is 18, and multiply by 360 degree. We will get the pie chart sector angle, right? Now let me cancel 360 with 18, right? So it becomes we can say, let's start with the 3 times table. 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6 and 0, 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12 and 0, and 4 times 20 would be 4 times of 20 is 4 times 2 is 8 and 0, so it is 80 degree, Okay, let's do the next one. The next one is 8 is the frequency, divided by the total is 18 and multiplied by 360 degree. Okay, yeah, the same thing. When you cancel this out, we have 20, and we have 8 times 20. 2 times 8 is 16, and we have 0, which is 160 degree. All right, now the last one is the frequency is 6 out of 18 and multiply by 360 degree. The same thing we have to do. 18 and 360, it is 20. And what is 6 times 20? 6 times 2 is 12, and 0, which is 120 degrees. These are the pie chart sector angle. When we add them up, there our sum would be 360. Question number 4, work out 3 by 5 times 14 over 15. Give your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. So it is a multiplication. So you have to multiply the numerators and the denominators. What is 14 times 3? 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3, and plus 1 is 4, which is 42. And in the denominator, we have 15 times by 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 1 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 105. Now let me convert this into simplest form. Okay, so we cannot divide it by 3 times table, but we can divide it by not 2, but it is divisible by 3 times table. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 9, so 115. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, now 15, 14, and 35. Okay, we can divide it by 7 times table. 7 times 2 is 14, and 7 times 5 is 35. So 2 by 5 is a fraction in its simplest form. Now for the question number 5, find the size of an interior angle of a regular decagon. Okay, so first we have to find the number of sides of decagon. As we know that decagon has 10 sides, so you must have to remember the number of sides in some regular polygons, right? Then this is easy to understand this question. So you have to remember by the knowledge that decagon has 10 sides. So the formula for size of interior angle, this is number of sides minus 2 times it by 180 degree divided by the number of sides. So this is 10 take away 2 into 180 divided by 10. So 0 is cancelled with 0. So 8 times 18. All right. So 8 times 18 becomes 18, and 8 times table. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 1 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 144 is the size of one interior angle of regular decagon. Question number 6, convert 5.7 liters into centimeter cube. So use the conversion over here, that 1 liter equals to 1000 cubic centimeter. What is 5.7 liters, which is 5.7 times it by 1000 cubic centimeters. So how many zeros? 1, 2, and 3. So you have to move 3 units to the right side. 5.7000. So 1 unit, 2 unit, and 3 units over here. 5700, which is 5700 cubic centimeter. Question number 7, write these numbers in order starting with the smallest. All right, so we have to convert all the numbers into fraction. So let's start with 20 and 3. 3 by 20. We have 0, decimal, and 0, and decimal. Now 20 times 1 is 20. Subtract 10 is left. We have a 0. Bring the 0 down. It is 100. And 20 times 5 is 100. So this answer is 0.15. This is 0.143. What is 1 out of 6? We have 6 and 1. Decimal and 0, 0 and decimal. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract, we have 4, 0, 40. 6 times 6 is 36. Subtract, we have 4. So the answer is 0.1666. 16% is 16 over 100, which is 0.16. Now let's convert them into, arrange them from smaller to higher. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. all have. 0.14 is the smallest one. So the smallest is 0.143, and then 0.15, which is 3 by 20, and 0.16, 0.16. This is 0.160, and this is 0.166. So 16%, and the larger one is 1 out of 6. Question number 8. Judy has a fair 8-sided spinner landing on numbered 1 to 8. Part A. Judy spin the spinner once. Find the probability that the spinner lands on number 1, a number greater than 6. How many numbers are greater than 6? 7 and 8. There are two numbers which are greater than 6 out of 8 numbers, or 1 by 4. Now for second part, an even number or a multiple of 7. Even number or a multiple of 7. So whenever we have or in probability, we add an even number. How many numbers are even? 2, 4, 6, and 8. 4 numbers are even out of 8 numbers, plus multiples of 7. From 1 to 8, how many numbers are multiples of 7? Just 7. 1 is a multiple. One number is a multiple of 7. 7 is the only number that is a multiple of 7. So there is just one number. So 4 plus 1 is 5 out of 8. Part B, Judy spin the spinner 240 times. Work out the expected number of times a spinner land on a number greater than 6. Number greater than 6 is 1 by 4. You have to times it by 240. Okay, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 6 is 24, and 0. So the expected number is 60 times. It lands on the number greater than 60. Question number 9. Use a ruler and a pair of compasses only. Construct a rhombus with side length 6 centimeter and the diagonal length of 9.5 centimeter. One side has been drawn for you. Alright, so when you have given one side of a rhombus, how can we construct the rest of the three sides? All right, so for this question, if you have given the length one side of the rhombus, how can we get the rest of the three sides of the rhombus? Okay, so first we have to open, as we know that the side length of the rhombus is 6 centimeters. So let me open the compass of length 6 centimeter. This is from 0 till 6. This is 6 centimeter. So you have to draw an arc, right, and draw an arc on the other side as well. Okay, now you have to open the compass of length of diagonal, which is 9.5. Let me open it a bit wider. This is 9.5. You can exactly see if I can show you. Yeah, this is 9.5. Exactly. Now again, put on the endpoints and draw an arc of that length. Now here comes the most crucial part. So the first step is, if you have given one side of the rhombus, you have to open the compass of length of side, and you have to construct the arc from the first side and from the second side, and then open the compass of length of diagonal. Again, repeat the same step from the first side and the second side. As you can see, it is not intersecting any of the arc. And now do this, it is intersecting at this point. This is another point of the rhombus. Okay, now at this point again you have to open the compass of length 6 centimeter. The side length is 6 centimeter. This is 6. Now at this point you have to cut this arc at this point. This is the fourth vertex of the rhombus. So let me construct it. All right. This is how the rhombus look like. Okay, students, here you might get confused that this shape doesn't look like a rhombus. As you can see, this side and this side are parallel, but these two sides are not parallel. As you can see, all these three sides of length 6 centimeter, but the given one is not exactly 6 centimeter. You can see this is here 6 centimeter. This is might be a printing error. So if this is 6 centimeters, so here we have, now you can see this is the shape of a rhombus. Let me explain one more time. If you have given one side length of a rhombus, you have to open the compass of the side length which is given and put at the first end point and draw an arc. Put on the second end point, draw an arc. Both the arcs does not intersect. Then you have to open the compass of length of diagonal and again do the same on the first one, on the second one, and keep in mind that at one point the two arcs must intersect. Let's say they intersect at this point. Now put the compass at this point of length of side length and draw another arc which join the first of your arc, and that would be the third point, A, B, C, and D of the rhombus. So this is how the rhombus look like. Question number 10. The time that Rafiq works is divided into meetings, planning, and working on a computer. Okay, one day Rafiq is in meeting for 3 by 4 of the time, planning for 1 by 5 of the time, and working on computer for the remaining 25 minutes of the time. Okay, so we can say the time is X. Okay, so from the total time X, subtract the time spent on the meeting, 3 by 4 of X, subtract the time that's spent on planning, which is 1 by 5 of X, and this would be equals to the remaining 25 minutes which is spent on computer. I hope you understand this equation. From the total time, subtract the time spent on meeting, the time spent on planning, and this, after subtracting this, we will get the working on computer, which is 25 minutes. Work out the total time solving for X in terms of hours and minutes. So X is common. We are left with 1 minus 3 over 4 minus 1 over 5. This would be equals to 25. Okay, so we have to make the same denominator, which is 1 minus, so we can say 20 is the same denominator for both. 4 times 5 is 20. So what we have to do, we have to multiply this fraction by 5 and this by 4. Okay, 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, minus 1 times 4 is 4, and 5 times 4 is 20 equals to 25. Okay, now X is going to be 1 minus, so minus 15 and minus 4 is minus 19 out of 20 equals to 25. Further simplification is X into 20 minus 19 over 20 equals to 25 minutes. So X would be 1 out of 20 equals to 25 minutes. So X is equals to 25 times by 20. Okay, so let me do 25 times 20, 25, and we have a 20, first 0 times table, and then we have to do 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 2 is 4, and 5, so this would be equals to 500 minutes. X is equals to 500 minutes, but we have to find the answer in terms of minutes and hours. So divide it by 60. Okay, so let's do the division by 60. Okay, if I can do it over here. 60 is over here and we have 500. Okay, 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 8 is 48 and we have a 0. So subtract, we have a 20. So this 8 is hours and this 20 are the minutes. So 8 hours and 20 minutes are the total time he works on that particular day. Question number 11, part A, we have to expand this. So 2x with 3. So 2x into 3x square and plus 2x with negative 8x. 2 times 3 is 6x cube minus 2 times 8 is 16x square. So the simplified answer is 6x cube minus 16x square. Part B, Number 1, factorize. This is difference of square formula we have to use when you have a square minus b square. The factors are a plus b into a minus b. So the same thing we apply. The factors are going to be x plus 19 and x minus 19. Second part, we have to work out 81 square minus 19. Again, difference of square formula, 81 plus 19 into 81 minus 19. Okay, in 81, if we add up 19, so 9 plus 1 is 10, 8, 9, and 10. So it is 100. And its product with from 81 if we subtract 19. Okay, so you have to say 7 is left from 11, subtract 9, which is 2, and 7 take away 1 is 6. So this is 62. Okay, 100 times 62 is 6200, which is 6200. Question number 12. A force of 196 Newton is applied to a square surface of side 4.9 centimeter. By writing each number correct to one significant figure, work out an estimate of the pressure applied to the square surface. The pressure is force over area. Pressure is measured in newtons per centimeter square. This is in newtons and this is in centimeter. So first we have to convert them into one significant figure. Okay, one significant figure. What is the force for one significant figure? The force is 1 and then 9. The first significant figure is just 1 and the next is 9, so we have to round up. So in 1 we add 1, it becomes 2, and the rest of the digits are replacing with zeros. So the force is 200 newtons. Now the side of the square is 49. So 4 is the number that is one significant figure. The next is 9 more than 5, so add 1. So it is 5.0 centimeters. Now let me find out the area of a square. Area of, because it is a square surface, which is side square, which is equals to 25 centimeters square. Now let's work for the pressure. The pressure is equals to force over the area in Newton per centimeter square, right? So cancel with 5 times table. 5 times 4 is 20 and 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40. So the force is 8 Newton per centimeter square. Question number 13, part A. On the grid, draw the image of number 1, triangle A after reflection in a line y equals to x plus 2. Y equals to mx plus c. This is y equals to mx plus c. So here the m value is 1 and the c value is 2. C is the y-intercept, which is equals to 2. M is 1. Slope is 1. The rise is 1 unit. The run is 1 unit. So let me draw this line first. That is the line, and now you have to find out its reflection of triangle A. So this length is 1 unit up, so the other one would be 1 unit to the 1 up. 1 is the vertical. Now this vertex has a distance of 1 vertical, and now from the center 1 would be horizontal. This is the point 0 and 3. For this 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. For in reflection, we do the opposite. So minus 2 and 3. This point is 1, 2, 3 up and 1, 2, 3 left. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yes, minus 2 and 6. So here is the triangle A of the reflection in the given line. All right. Moving to the second part of a triangle A, after an enlargement with the scale factor of 3 by 2 and the center is 1, 0. X is 1 and the y is 0. This is the center. We have to enlarge the shape A when the scale factor is 3 by 2. Okay. So from the center, this vertex stays the same. You have to figure out the rest of the two vertex, right? So from this center, this vertex has a length of 1, 2, and 3. 3 units to the right, and the horizontal translation is 3, and there is no vertical translation. Okay, 3 is the horizontal and vertical translation is 0. And you have to multiply it by the scale factor 3 by 2. So this becomes 9 by 2 and 0. And what is 9 by 2? I guess 2.5, no, 4.5. 4.5 and 0. For the other vertex, from the center 1 and 2, 2 units vertical. Okay, so horizontal translation is 0, the vertical translation is 2 times it by the scale factor, so this becomes 0. 2 is cancelled with 2, we have 3, 0, 3. Okay, so the new one, from this center you have to move 4.5 units to the right and 0 units vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4.5 is over here. This is 5.5 and 0. And for other 0 and 3, so 0 unit is horizontal, 3 units is up, 1, 2, and 3 over here, which is 1 and 3. So this would be the enlarged triangle. Triangle A. This is also a triangle A bullet. Right. Now for part B, describe fully a single transformation that maps A onto B. Okay. Here is a triangle A and here is a triangle B. It is a rotation. Okay. So if we fix this length, it is a rotation. If we rotate it, okay. I guess it is a 90-degree anti-clockwise rotation. Or a clockwise. If this is the edge point. Yeah. You can say this is the slant height point for this finger. So if we rotate it, it stays the same. 90-degree clockwise, we have to find the center of rotation, right? So it is a rotation, 90-degree clockwise about the center let me figure out what is the center of the rotation. All right, so to get the center of rotation you have two methods, by using a tracing paper or by the perpendicular bisector method. Since many of the students comments me that tracing paper is not allowed, the examiner do not let them to take the tracing paper in the examination hall, so I will, no worries, I will explain you by the other way. So if you do not have allowed the tracing paper, so what you have to do, okay, the first thing is you have to fix your vertex. This is a perpendicular one, this is a perpendicular one, so you have to join both of them, join them, okay, and measure the length of them. What is the length? This is 0 to 4, this is exactly 4. Take its midpoint, and from the midpoint use a protractor and find out its perpendicular. So on this line the perpendicular is this point. Okay, so let me draw the line joining the midpoint and the perpendicular, this, right? Now fix another vertex, let's say this with this. I'm fixing it, let me use with the purple one. Connect them and find out their length. Okay, their length is 7.6. So what is a midpoint of 7.6? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Somewhere over here. Yeah. Between 3.5 to 4. This would be the midpoint, we can say. Now, draw the perpendicular. Here is a perpendicular 90-degree. Connect them. The two perpendiculars intersect at this point. X value is -2 and the y value is 1. This is the center of rotation, -2 and 1. So this is the easiest way to find the center of rotation without using a tracing paper. Question number 14, write 0.38 recurring as a fraction. Give your answer in its simplest form. So whenever you have a recurring decimal, you have to say x would be equals to that number. 8, 8, 8 is repeating. Now, the first step is to bring the number that is non-recurring before the decimal. So it is just one digit number. So you have to multiplying by 10 on both sides. Okay, when you're multiplying with 10, 10 times x is 10x, and this is 3.888 recurring. Right, now the next step is to you have to move the repeating digits, the number of repeating digits before the decimal, since there is just one repeating digit. So multiplying by 10. Okay, now 10 times 10 would be 100x, and this would be 38.88, and so on. Right, now in the next step you have to subtract these two equations. So this equation is 100x, take away 10x, and here we have 38.88, take away 3.88. From 100 take away 10 would be 90x, and 0 point from 8 take away 3 would be 5, and this is 3. So what is x? X would be equals to 35 out of 90, but this is not in the simplest form. We have to convert it into simplest form. Okay, 35 out of 90 we can do by the 5 times table. 5 times 7 is 35, 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 5 times 8 is 40. So 7 out of 18 is the answer in its simplest form. Question number 15. Priya record how many minutes she takes to complete a crossword each day. On Tuesday, she takes 10% less time than on Monday. On Wednesday, she takes 50% less time than on Tuesday. On Wednesday, she takes 9 minutes to complete the crossword. Find the number of minutes Priya takes to complete the crossword on Monday. Okay, let us suppose the number of minutes Priya takes to complete the crossword on Monday is X. Now on Tuesday, 10% less time than on Monday. From the Monday time, subtract the 10% of time spent on Monday. From the total time spent on Monday, subtract 10% of the Monday. So what it is, X is common. We have 1 minus 10 over 100. Now x is common. We have 100 minus 10, which is 90 over 100. From 100 take away 10, right? Now the next one is Wednesday. On Wednesday, she takes 50% less time than on Tuesday. The Tuesday time is 90 over 100x. So subtract 50% of 90 over 100x. This is equals to 9 minutes. Sorry. Okay, so the time spent on Tuesday, from the Tuesday time, we have to subtract 50% of the Tuesday time. All right, so this becomes 9 over 10x minus 0 is cancelled with 0. This 0 is cancelled with 0. 5 times 9 is 45 over 10 times 10 would be 100. And if we add the zeros, this x, this is equals to 9. Take the x common. From 90, take away 45. From 90, if we take away 40, this becomes 50, and take away 45 is 45. Yes, 45 over 100 equals to 9. Okay, let me solve for x. X would be equals to 9 times 100 over 45. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 5 is 15, 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10 and 0. So the total number of minutes are 20. Question number 16. We have PQ and QR. Find the length of PR. Okay, PQ is basically equals to Q minus P. And we have QR, this is equals to R minus Q. Okay, so if we use a logic over here, we know that PQ, P to Q, Q to R, that would be P to R. If I can say, if we move from P to some Q and Q to some R, that would be the length of PR, right? So PR becomes the sum of PQ and QR. As we know, PQ is 3 and minus 1, and plus QR is 1 and 9. In 3 add 1, it becomes 4. In 9 take away 1, it becomes 8. This is PR. Now the magnitude of PR is the square root of 4 square plus 8 square. 4 times 4 is 16 and 8 times 8 is 64. 4 and 6 add up to 0, 10, right? 6, 7 and 8. So root of 80 is the answer. That is the length of PR. Question number 17. The diagram shows a sector of a circle with the radius 6 centimeter. This is 6 and this length is also 6. The area of this sector is 15 pi centimeter square. Part A, work out the parameter of the sector. Give your answer in the form of a plus b pi, where a and b are integers. Okay, we have to find out the parameter of this sector, which is radius plus arc length plus radius. We have to solve for the arc length. Since we have given the area of a sector, so area of a sector has a formula. Since we have given in terms of pi, we have to use a pi formula for area of a sector, which is equals to half r square theta. This let me plug the sector area, which is 15 pi. This is half, radius is 6 square, and theta. This is the theta we have to work on, right? So 15 pi times it by 2 divided by 6 times 6 is 36. This would be equals to pi, right? 2 times 15 would be equals to 30. 30 over 36 pi, or we can say 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 6 is 36 pi. The answer is 5 by 6 pi. Okay, now we can easily find out the arc length. So we can say the arc length has a formula which is equals to radius times theta. Radius is 6 and the theta is 5 by 6 pi. 6 is cancelled with 6, answer is 5 pi. So now we can say the parameter. So the parameter of this sector is the radius 6 plus 6 plus arc length, which is 5 pi. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 5 pi. So a plus b pi, a and b. A is 12 and the b is 5, and both are integers. Part B, the sector of the cross section. The sector of is the cross section of a prism of length is 10 centimeter. So this sector is basically a cross section of some prism, and the length of that prism is 10 centimeter. Work out and give your answer in terms of pi. Number 1, the volume of a prism. So the formula for the volume of a prism is equals to area of cross section multiplied by the length. Area of cross section is area of this sector, because sector is a cross section, and sector area is given, which is 15 pi. Area of a cross section is 15 pi multiplied by the length. Length is 10, so it is 150 pi cubic centimeter. Second part, the total surface area of the prism. So there is a formula to find the surface area of any prism. So the surface area of a prism, it has a formula. which you guys must learn. So surface area of any prism, this would be equals to 2 times uh, area of cross section of that prism, plus parameter of cross section multiply by the length. 2 times area of the cross section plus parameter of a cross section is multiplied by the length. So as we know, we have two. Area of cross section is 15 pi, which we have given, plus parameter of a cross section we have done in first part, which is 12 plus 5 pi, multiply by the length, which is 10. So 2 times 15 would be 30 pi, and 10 times 12 is 120, and 10 times 5 is 50 pi. So the answer is 120 plus 50 plus 30 would be 80 pi square centimeter. Question number 18, part A. Number 1, write the standard form of a quadratic equation into the vertex form. So first we have to take the coefficient of x square common from the first and the second term, since it is just 1, so no need to take anything common. Now take the coefficient of x, which is negative 8, divided by 2, which is equals to minus 4. Take its whole square, that is equals to 16. Now add and subtract 16 inside the bracket. X square minus 8x plus 16 minus 16 plus 10 is outside. Now combine the first three terms, x square minus 8x plus 16, and now minus 16 plus 10 is outside. Complete the square. We have x square and this is 4 square, so x minus 4 whole square. The first term is x, its square, 16 is the square of 4, and the middle term sign depends on the sign of the formula, so x minus 4 whole square and negative 6. Right, so this is x minus 4 whole square minus 6. A is 4 and the b value is 6, and the negatives are the part of this form. All right, now for the second part, sketch the graph of this function. On the sketch, label the coordinates of the turning points and the y-intercept. Okay, turning points are basically the vertex point of this parabola, because as you can see, this is a quadratic equation, so its graph should look like a parabola. Since the x square coefficient is positive, so the opening of the parabola is upward. Right, so we have to mention the turning point. The vertex point is 4 and negative 6. Right, so if we remember the vertex form of the quadratic equation is a into x minus h whole square plus k, and h and k is the vertex. So this h with negative is a part of the formula, and this whole k, so 4 and minus, that is why 4 and minus 6 is the vertex. So let me mention 4 and minus 6 first. Okay, x value is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the y value is negative 6 downward. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, and 6. Let's say negative 6 is over here, and we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 is over here, or we can say 2 and this is 4, 6 and 8. This is minus 2, minus 4. Okay, 2 and negative 6. This is the vertex point. Not 2 minus 6, it's 4 minus 6. Sorry. Yeah, that is the vertex point. Okay, now you have to label the y-intercept. Y-intercept. For y-intercept, we have to put the variable x should be equals to 0. So what is y? When x is 0, the y is just 10. Upward, we have 2, 4, 6, and somewhere we have 10. Okay, let's say we can say 5 and 10. I know we can't do this, because if the scale for this is in the gap of 2, that should be in the gap of 2. So let me do the same. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 is over here. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain it as a rough sketch. So it's the y-intercept, and you have a parabola, and this is the turning point of the parabola. This is how the parabola look like. The opening is upward, the turning point and the vertex, y-intercept. We just have to mention, label it, right? Now for part B, a point P lies on the graph. The gradient of the graph at P is 6. Find the coordinates of P. All right, so let me solve for that point, the coordinates of the point P. Point P lies on the graph of this function, right? The gradient of the graph at P is 6. So let me find the gradient of the graph dy by dx at point P. This would be equals to 6. Gradient is x square, derivative is 2x, and 8 there minus 8x is derivative is minus 8, and 10 is a constant term, is derivative is 0. At some point P, this would be equals to 6. Let me solve for the x coordinate of P. So 2x would be equals to 6 plus 8. 2x equals to 14, and x is equals to 14 by 2 is equals to 7. X coordinate is 7 since it lies on the graph. So let me solve for the y coordinate by plugging the x value into this graph because it lies on it. So y would be equals to 7 square minus 8 into 7 plus 10. Okay, so 7 square is 49. 8 times 7 is 56 plus 10. 49 plus 10 is 59. Take away 56, which is equals to 3. So y coordinate is 3 and the x coordinate is 7. This is a coordinate of point P. Question number 19, part A, we have to simplify this without using a calculator. Okay, 75. Let me find the prime factors of 75. Okay, it is not divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3. And next prime number is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. Now it is divisible by 5 times table. 5 times 5 is 25. And 5 times 1 is 5. So the prime factors of 75 is 3 into 5 into 5 minus root 3. So this is root 3 into root 5 square minus root 3. So the 5 is outside. 5 root 5, 3 minus root 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. Root 3 is the simplified answer. Now for part B, rationalize the denominator and simplify. So whenever we are rationalizing the denominator, we have to multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator. So this is 8 over 1 minus root 5. Multiply and divide by 1 plus root 5. Multiply 8 plus 8 root 5. This is 1 plus root 5, 1 minus root 5. Difference of square. 1 square minus root 5 square. All right. 8 plus 8 root 5 over 1 minus 5. So 8 plus 8 root 5 over negative 4. Take 8 common. 1 plus root 5 over minus 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So minus 2 into 1 plus root 5. This is negative 2 into 1 plus root 5 in this simplified form. Question number 20, expand and simplify. Okay. 2x minus 3 is as it is. Let me expand the rest of the 2x to x 2 minus 3x and plus 1 into 2 minus 3x. 2x minus 3. This is 2x minus 3x square plus 2 minus 3x. Further simplification, 2x minus 3, it becomes minus 3x square minus x and plus 2. 2x and minus 3x is just minus x. Okay, now 2x is with the bracket minus 3x square minus x plus 2 and minus 3 with the bracket minus 3x square minus x plus 2. Further distributing we are. 2 times 3 minus 6x cube minus 2x square plus 4x plus 3 times 3 is 9x square Mine plus 3, 1 times 1 is 3x, and 3 times 2 is minus 6. Now negative 6x cube, x square are these two are x square, 9 and minus 2 is plus 7x square, x terms are these two, 4 and 3 would be 7x, and the constant is negative 6. Question number 21. The diagram shows two right angle triangle ABC and ACD. Find the value of cos ADC. A, D, and C. Cos of that angle we have to work on. Okay, since we are not allowed to use a calculator in this exam, though both are right angle triangles, right? This is 30, this is 6 centimeter. Okay, this is for 90, this is 9 centimeter. Okay, let's do it step by step. Okay, so as you can see, both the triangle has a common side AC. To solve for AC, we have this angle. Its front side is opposite and this is the hypotenuse. So which trigonometric ratio involves opposite and hypotenuse sine? For right angle triangle, we can use a primary trigonometric ratio. So we can say sine of 30, opposite is 6 centimeter and the hypotenuse is AC. So from here, AC would be equals to 6 over sine 30. 30 is a special angle, so we must have to learn what is sine 30. So keep it in mind that sine 30 is a special angle and you have to remember its value. Sine 30 degree is 1 by 2. You have to learn it, right? Okay, so now AC would be equals to 6 over 1 by 2. So AC would be equals to 6 times 2, which is equals to 12 centimeter. So we have done with the AC, this is 12 centimeter. Okay, for this right angle triangle, this angle is opposite and this is adjacent. So we can easily get the cos value. From here we can say, no, wait a second. We have, this is the angle we have to work on. So this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. Cos of that angle is opposite over adjacent. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. But we have to find cos opposite over hypotenuse. So we have to solve for AD first. For right angle triangle, AD is the hypotenuse. So the other sides are 12 and 9. Take it square and do the square root. 12 square is 144 and 9 square is 9 times 9 is 81. So 144 and 81 add up to 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 and 2 and this is also 2. So this is 225. So the simplified answer is root 225. This from here AD is root 225. 225 root is, again you have to for this you have to remember without calculator the squares of some numbers, like 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9 and up to so on. So we know that 15 square is 225, so this is equals to 15. So this length is equals to 15. Now we can easily get the cos of A, D, and C, which is cos of some angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 9 and the hypotenuse is 15. 9 out of 15. Cos of that angle is 9 over 15. Question number 22. In this question, all lengths are in centimeters. Triangle ABC is mathematically similar to triangle ADE. ABC and ADE both are mathematically similar. Part A number 1 show that. If they are mathematically similar, it means the ratios of the corresponding sides are equal. So the ratio of this side for the smaller one and the bigger one, and the ratio of this side and this side is same. So let's work on it. For the smaller one, the ratio of this side over this side, 2x over 10. This ratio is equals to the smaller one is again x plus 5 over the bigger one is x plus 5 plus 7.5. Okay, 5 plus 7 is 12 and this is 12.5. Okay, cross multiplied. 2x is multiplying with x plus 12.5. X plus 5 is going to multiply with 10. This is 2x and 2 times 2.5, 12.5. Okay, 12.5 and times it by 2. 2 times 5 is 10, 1 and 0. 2 times 2 is 4 and 5 and 2 times 1 is 2. 25.5 or just 25 and x. This is 10x and this is 50. This is x square, sorry. Okay, 2x square plus 25x minus 10x minus 50 equals to 0. So this is exactly 2x square. From 25 take away 10 is 15 and minus 50. So the simplified answer is 2x square plus 15x minus 50 equals to 0. Now for second part, solve by factorization. Let me factorize this. Okay, 2 times of 50 is 100. Factors of 100. Okay, so 4 times 5, which makes 10. 2 times 5 is 10. What else? 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 20, yes. 5 times 20 is equals to 10. And if we can say minus 5 plus 20, this is 15. Break the midterm. 2x square. So 15 is break to minus 5x plus 20x minus 50 equals to 0. Okay, let's take x common. 2x minus 5 is left, plus 10 is common. 2x minus 5 equals to 0. So x plus 10 and 2x minus 5 equals to 0. So from here x equals to minus 10 and here x equals to 5 by 2. The two values 5 by 2 and negative 10. Now the third part, find the length of AC. Where is AC? A to C is this length, x plus 5 plus 7.5. So the length of AC, this is equals to x plus 5 plus 7.5 is 12.5. So what value of x you have to use for the length? Length is a dimension and it never be negative. So we have to pick the positive one, which is 5 by 2. And we know that 5 by 2 in terms of decimal is 2.5. Okay, in 2.5 we have to add up 12.5. The positive one we are picking for the dimensions, right? Okay, so we can say 12.5, 2.5, add them up. 5 plus 5 is 10. This is 5 and 1, so it is 15 centimeters. Now for part B, the area of a triangle ABC is k centimeter square. ABC, area of this bigger triangle, A, B and C, this is given to us. Okay, now find an expression for area of a quadrilateral. Give your answer in terms of K. Area of a quadrilateral B, C, E and D. B, C, E, D. This is a quadrilateral. Area of a quadrilateral is equals to area of the bigger triangle, subtract this one, smaller one, you will get the area of a quadrilateral, right? Since the bigger triangle area is given, if you subtract this one, you will get the area of a quadrilateral. So area of a quadrilateral, area of quadrilateral is equals to area of triangle ABC minus area of triangle AED. ABC, the area is K. Now we have to solve what is area of triangle AD and E. AD and E, this area. Now we have to use a concept of similarity, because in the question we have mentioned that two triangles are mathematically similar. If the two triangles are mathematically similar, then the ratios of their areas would be equals to the square of ratios of their sides. Let's say the area is, its area is K. We have to solve for this area. Its side is 2x and its side is 10. So let me do this. Since the triangles are mathematically similar, so we can say area of triangle ABC over area of triangle AED, this would be equals to the sides of, first the side of triangle ABC. The side of triangle ABC is just x and the smaller one is 2x. So we have to say 10 over 2x its square, and we know x value we have done is 2.5, right? So this is 10 over 2 into 2.5. It take its square. So 2.5 times by 2. 2 times 5 is 10, 1 and 0. 2 times 2 is 4 and 5. So 5.0 or just 5 we can say. So this is 10 out of 5 and take its whole square. 5 times 2 is 10. So this is 2 square and this would be equals to 4. All right. So we can say area of triangle ABC over area of triangle AED, this is equals to 4. This area triangle is given, which is K. K over triangle A, E and D is equals to 4. Okay. Now do the reciprocal on both sides. Area of triangle AED divided by K equals to 1 by 4. So area of a triangle AED, this would be equals to 1 over 4K. So we got this area. So plug the area into this equation and subtract. So here this is K minus 1 over 4K. 4 minus 1 is 3 over 4K. So we have 4K minus 1K over 4, which is K is common. 4 minus 1 over 4, which is 3 by 4K. Moving to question number 23, in the Venn diagram, shade the region A union P complement union R complement. We have to shade it. Sorry, P. P is this set, right? Take this set union with, okay, let's solve for Q complement and R complement. R is this set. R complement is a region that is outside of R. The whole of it is shaded. Right, we have R, so outer of R we have to shade the outer region of R. This is the R complement, right? Now take this whole thing union with Q complement, the region that is out. This is Q and outer of Q is outside of this set Q is this much, and now it's in union with P. The whole set P is shaded. Let me do this a final touch. So here is the final result for the Venn diagram. Question number 23. Rearrange the formula to make P the subject. Okay. Cross multiply 2D minus dpy equals to 2p plus 3. You have to make P the subject, so shifting the P terms to the left. Minus p dy minus 2p equals to 3 minus 2d. Negative p is common. Dy plus 2 is 3 minus 2d. Okay. Minus p is common. Dy plus 2. Take negative 1 common. So 2d minus 3. Negative and negative sign is cancel out. So the p value is 2d minus 3 over dy plus 2. 2d minus 3 over dy plus 2. This is the arranged form of formula by making P the subject. Question number 25, part A, we have to simplify this. Number 1, 2xy to the power of 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. We all know. Now simplify this term. 3 and 81. So if we can do 3 times 2 is 6 and then 2 is left, 21. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8, 21. 3 times 7 is 21. So 27, and m square and this square is cancelled. M to the power 6 is left and the whole power is 2 by 3. So 27 to the power 2 by 3 and m to the power 6 and the whole power is 2 by 3. 27 is a cube of 3, we all know. 3 cube is 27, so it is 2 by 3. As m to the power 6, 2 by 3. So this 3 and 3 is cancelled out. 3 and this 2 is cancelled out. 3 to the power 2 and m to the power 2 times 2. 3 square and m4. 3 square is 9m4 is the simplified answer. Now for part B, find the value of x. Okay, 32 is 2 to the power 5. You must learn some powers as well because it is a non-calculator paper. 2 to the power 5 and the whole power is x times 2 to the power x plus 3 equals to 1 over 4. 1 by 4 is basically 1 over 2 square. Shift this into the numerator, or we can say 1 by 2 square. Keep it as it is. Okay. Now 2 to the power 5x into 2 to the power x plus 3, and here 2 to the power negative 2. Bases are same. We can add the powers. 5x plus x plus 3 equals to 2 to the power minus 2. Bases are same. We can compare the powers. When we are comparing the powers, we can say 5x plus x plus 3 would be equals to minus 2. 6x equals to minus 2 minus 3. Now 6x becomes minus 5 and x is minus 5 out of 6. This is minus 5 by 6. All right. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.